So guys, I got a little update from Tofts Fisheries. Fished a match there the other week. And also my Riverfest qualification. Didn't go that great. But let's cover them. Roll the titles. Hi you guys, and welcome to First Time Fishing with me, Big Bird. Firstly, I'm a little bit cheesed off. It appears that Skydog managed to get my hat. It's the bobbles, the bobbles like been eaten. So I'm not very happy. Silly dog. Anyway. Tofts Fisheries Rugby. I had a match there about a couple of weeks ago. I went with the full intention. If you've never fished at Tofts, they've got quite a big lake and then they've got a silver lake. The big lake is full of carp, a few F1s. But on the big lake, at one end is an island, and at the other end, it's sort of open. You can see the other anglers on the other side of the bank. And I thought that the pegs that we'd got as part of the club was going to be up the island side. So I went with a full intention of throwing like a little hybrid feeder over there or something, or a method feeder or something along those lines with the carp. We would get, it's been spawning as well. It's been spawning season. So, you know, I didn't know whether they were going to bite, but I thought I'd put it into about 3 foot of water on just up against the island, and we'd go from there really. When I got there, yeah, we were completely up the opposite side of the lake. So I had no island to throw up to. And I was having a look, and there's just fish, there's carp cruising all the way up and down the lake, cruising. And like, even if you didn't catch anything, it was just nice just to watch them. And they were just going down the lake, back and forth, coming towards you, moving away. You could see them in the edges, you could see everything. And I was like, it's normally the kind of behaviour you see just before spawning. But it was just after they'd spawned. So I was kind of hoping they were still a bit hungry and stuff. Baits that I'd taken pellets, obviously, for my method feeder and for my hybrid. But I'd also taken some dead red maggots. Thank the lucky stars that I did. Anyway, I look and I thought, I'm going to mug it. I'm going to try and mug a few. Now, for those of you who don't know what mugging is, after all this is first time fishing, I'm going to do a completely separate video on how to mug fish. Because the outcome of the day, long story short, I ended up winning the match, £72, and second place came in at £35 on the opposite side, and then third place was £9. So mugging was clearly the way forward. So I took the win, which was good. Happy days. Chuff with that. It was all mugging all day. You're standing up, you're looking around, you're looking for the carp coming, but yeah, there's one coming. You're flicking a rig out. It's literally using a pole, flicking a rig out, putting the bait just in front of their noses as they swim past. And some of them go, well, I ain't having that. Well, I ain't having that. But as soon as you get a group of them, suddenly, if you get 3 or 4, they're like, oh, there's a bit of bait over there. Oh, that looks quite tasty. Oh, well, I don't want my mate to get it. I'm going to have it. And they go and have it, and you're on. You see them take the bait. You can see these. I was putting 5 dead red maggots onto a size 16 hook. See the maggots floating down, bright red, and then disappeared in the mouth. And off it goes, and then you're playing your fish. And I thought about using my 13 metre pole, but I had so many fish that were coming in close, and they looked like absolute units. So decided to go with my margin torque carp pole from Matrix. What a decision. Honestly, I was catching 6-7 pound carp. I had a size 20 elastic on the end of my pole, and my rig was a size 16 hook, and I used an MWG, which is a Guru hook, an MWG hook. I had literally about 12 inches of line, shot in right underneath, just like a small 0.2 gram like diamond float really. I slightly overshot it just so I didn't have much of a bristle coming out. But literally I was just flicking the rig out just in front of their noses. They're taking the bait and they're just going. And everyone was looking down at me going, oh, what's he doing down there? And sort of trying to keep my rig to myself and stuff. And it was I think it was quite obvious really I was mugging, but nobody else seemed to sort of take that option up. But it's not straightforward mugging. It's quite a difficult trick to do in getting, because you have to try and make sure that your bait's flicked out, and that's the first thing that they come across, because if they come across your line first, they're spooked and they're off, and then they spook everything else around it. So you have to it's a bit difficult. So what I am going to do is I'm going to do a separate video for that on how to mug, just for the first time fishers or the people who are, just getting into match fishing and stuff like that. 'Cause sometimes you just got to do it. So yeah, so that was Tofts, first place, £72, happy days, went away with a win. And then last weekend our Riverfest at River Avon, I got 7 Meadows, if you know it. 7 Meadows, it's at the back of the race course down at Stratford. Had a glorious peg, I thought. It looked absolutely lovely, peg 33 I think it was. I thought, well, I can try a feed. I had trees at the back over the other side of the river. I had a reasonable flow going through. I could see where the slow movement was and the quick movement. And the idea normally is to try and sort of cast a waggler or a stick float into that sort of area of the river. So what I did is I used a waggler, and I was firing in maggots all the time, just 4 or 5 all the time, letting the waggler go down. And occasionally it was dipping down. I just kept getting little gudgeons and getting little rudd and little roach and the odd annoying little perch. And then halfway through my session, I had a little go on the feed. I was having no knocks whatsoever, so I sacked that off for the moment. And then on the on the waggler, it would be dropping down. Suddenly it went right at the end of my swim, right at the end. I was literally about to reel it back in. And it went down, hit me strike. Felt like a weight. I loved it. The bloke came behind me and he was like, oh, looks a fair weight, that does. And I'm like, this is it. This is the chub I've been after. Come on. Because it's normally about 12, 14 pounds that wins that section for Riverfest down there. And I thought, wow, this feels about a 3-4 pound chub. Might be beginning of what I need. So I was playing it. I was using some Kassam hooks, just some pre-tied ones. I was playing it. It came in towards me. Got my landing net ready, all at 4 meters, ready to I'm looking. When's it going to come up? When's it going to come up? Where is it? I'm going to scoop it straight away. Bang! It came off. I was absolutely gutted because I hadn't had a chub bite all day. I reeled it in. Got a little pigtail on the end of my mono line, which obviously means I swear it was wrapped around the hook, and the pre-tied hook, it's just come off, and I was absolutely gutted. And even the bloke behind me, oh, I was like, yeah, cheers, mate, cheers. There's yeah, all right, I'll leave you now. Yeah, cheers, mate. Yeah, see you later. So anyway, I came around from there. I think I finished about 7th in my section. I struggled. Just nothing big in the area. Up by the weir, there was a load of chub and a few barbel caught as well up there. And I think it was about £12, like I said, that won the section. So that was Riverfest. So it's a bit of a, it's just how fishing can go, I suppose. You can win one week and you can be buzzing. And you can be fishing the right way. And then they're just not maybe in your swim the next time. Or I was doing something wrong, I don't know, but... we keep trying. Got another match this weekend. I can't remember where it is now. That's with the club, my club. So we'll see how we get on. I'll let you know on that one. But like I said, I'm gonna do a video on mugging, and I'm also I've had a couple of requests about doing some reviews on my poles, because I have got a margin pole, and then I've got sort of a normal match pole with some match top kits, and then some power top kits and stuff like that. So one's 13.5 meters that I use, and then the other one is an 8.5 meter margin pole, which is wicked. I rate that thing so much, and it's so reasonably priced as well. So I'm going to do a review on my margin pole, because I think it's such a good pole if you're starting to get into pole fishing. It just performs so well. So yeah, I'll get those 2 videos up. But thanks for joining me again. I really appreciate it. And please, 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 before you watch the next video of whatever you're watching, what kind of fishing you're watching on YouTube, all the brilliant channels that there are, please just hit that subscribe button on my channel, just so that you get notifications when I put new videos up. It just means so much. You're following, and you know, seeing the subscriptions go up, it's really it's cool. It's wicked. Thanks again for watching. And you know, I hope you're all doing all right on the match scene, and tight lines for the next couple of weeks.